Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to another Deadlock VOD review. I just had this game. I don't know why it's doing that every time I click the screen. I just had this game with Mo and Krill, and I'll be honest, I don't know Mo and Krill super well. I don't think I know any of the characters in this game super well. But Mo and Krill, I went over their kit this time, and I had the purview of having played them before a few times, so I ended up using a build which doesn't show up here in the okay, very cool. I ended up using a build like a burrow build and the default build kind of mixed together. So I had like close range, but I also had like a ton of spirit stuff for escalating damage. But I didn't really even get this spirit items until like 4th or 5th tier 1. So yeah, I don't know, kind of a mixed game. I did not do well at the beginning, and I want to preface that. I actually did really bad at the beginning. But then I built and I built until it was the point where it no longer mattered how you did at the beginning. It's just like how well you play the fight. And then I got some good fights. I'll just I speed at the beginning of the game, which was a mistake. So first off, don't do that. Don't speed at the beginning of the game. There's no reason to, because you get here before the minions, and you get a little bit of poke, but that's it. And I didn't even end up winning this fight. I used my 1 just to like remind myself what it does. It's a tiny ring, so I wasn't going to be able to stand in front of him on the stairs anyways. Unless I win the trades here. Which, he's just like standing there in the open, and I'm not shooting him. But that's because I know 7 has like that steroid, and his steroid is actually the first thing he got. I can hear it. Sometimes he's got... Wait, no. Hold on. I can't be right? He probably got his 1 first. Oh no. Let's see. He and I are tied. I'm a little bit ahead. I just got my 2nd ability. So yeah, he got his 1 first. But you definitely don't want to be standing like right in front of the stairs against a 7, because he'll just pump you full of lead. Start off with monster rounds here. My thinking simple. I just want to be able to play the lane pretty safe. I forget to reload, so I just punch the minions. Don't want to miss on the farm. So I'm actually ahead for farm right now, which is really funny. Oh, I missed so many shots because I have terrible aim.
A little protection goes a long way.
Alright. So let's go back. Let's go back 10 seconds. And look at the 7's point of view. And we'll see exactly how easy it was for him to get this kill. So let's go back a little bit more. It's going to take a few moments because of the replay. Alright. Here I am. I'm being aggressive with low health. He's just seeing this. He's like, I want to get these shots. He's got his static boost. Doing lightning damage on the whole clip, and he's very easily able to just tank all this damage because the health differential is so low. So obviously I stopped paying attention at some point, and I was like not taking the trade as seriously as I should. Let's see what he bought. He only had basic magazine, which on him is a pretty big difference. Like, that's a lot of shots on these semi-auto guys. For me that would be 30 shots. He has 6 extra. I assume my gun does slightly more damage per hit, but it doesn't really matter to me because I'm dead. And it's going to be a little bit of time before I'm back. So let's just skip ahead and see if I die again in the next 60 seconds. Not yet, but I'm staying aggressive because, I don't know, this guy just seems like somebody who I should play aggressive against at the beginning. Because I feel like I have chances to win. I missed that punch really easily, but he kind of just slides out of the area pretty quick. You know? Getting some denies here. I think I maybe get another one here. No. But now I'm just hunting for him like he hunted for me. And I see he's kind of low. See, now I'm kind of low. Getting some creeps. Trying to use my 1 here. I do. I try to use my 2. It cancels. So I thought that I could get in the 2 and then the thing would go off and I'd be okay. But he didn't follow up on the stun well enough. He was probably still scared I'd turn. Going back for some more items. I think I get more tier 1 or a tier 2 bullet and a tier 2 defense. What is this? Wait. Spirit armor. Okay. I guess it makes sense. Bullet armor is probably better in the early though.
I'm holding up.
Yeah, he denies the space behind the barrels that I was hiding. I probably should have expected it. So, here we are at the start of the game, right? I'm 0-2, and I'm 0.6 down on 7, right?
Ready to do something.
Am I bummed? Am I, like, upset that he's winning? No. I'm, like, ready to just run in and die again. Like, I'm down for it, man. I don't think I realized I had ult for that whole thing. I could have maybe ulted him and kept him in the fight. Anyways. This isn't really the best example of gameplay. There's a lot of deaths. Miss a minion. Get the deny though. Didn't get that deny. He's shooting at me. I'm taking damage. So at this point, I'm still like kind of feeling out how to lane his Mo. Like I haven't done it enough to get used to it. But I do know how to deal with a 7 ult when I'm Mo. I can just ult, or I can just, yeah, ult him to stun, deny the thing. I can do all this damage here. I can pop my 1. I don't pop my 1 because I'm being absent-minded. Okay. Literally, I know I would not have lived, but I felt really bad about that one. That was like sad. I probably could have made it close if I could have hit the 1 earlier. Maybe have it on a cooldown for the next time. I don't know how long this one is. 8 seconds. I don't know. 8 seconds. I just didn't know you can pop it while you're coming out of the burrow. Well, I'm going back to the lane now, and I'm kind of disgruntled. My tower dies. I don't get the deny on the free, like, souls that are right there, but I snap up to try and look for them. I remembered all too late when the thing died. I didn't even register that it was dying. I thought I saved it. But yeah, now I'm kind of in a situation where I might want to do a side camp to try and catch up. Krill has crazy good jungle potential, but I know nothing about it. I have only played him a few times. But over the course of this game, I'll sort of like level up in how I play him, thinking about things more than just applying the abilities and shooting. Thinking also about like, am I getting a good advantage from this fight because of my disruption?
We can put these souls to good use.
Here I do a little bit more jungle farm. It's not great because my team is in a fight, just a little bit south. Now see, I thought I made that close enough that I would get some value out of it. But instead I stun my teammate. Paradox comes over, I stun her and kill her. Viscous would have died. Oh, I have it at double speed. Wow. Alright, let's go back 10 seconds and just look at the fight from there. So I died to the Warden. Everybody's converging on us. We've lost the fight. But we followed up and we got a 2 for 3 trade. Not the worst thing in the world, you know? And, you know, it's sometimes good just to be able to take them off the board for a little bit. Make sure that they get to reset as well, so that lane can regain its pressure if, or other lanes where there aren't people can regain pressure, because the team fight took up all the attention. And some people did die after also.
There's a fine line. Fight dirty.
Pushing up Broadway.
Be careful, Maurice.
Oh, I get staked at the worst time in the middle of this fight. So I go in the burrow trying to get out. Now, see, at this point, there's actually a fight going on in orange lane, right? But Geist is pushed. She can rotate to this anytime she wants. If she had thought about coming over, then this fight goes differently. I deny his thing, but he goes up in the air and stomps me. It's not really like Geist's bad. They were focusing on their stuff. It's not like I communicated, but they probably would have had a fine time jumping over and getting some kills out of that whole engagement. And now she's coming over anyways after pushing the lane. So it's just like better to converge on a fight if you can. Especially like if your lane's more pushed than the lane next to you that's getting pushed and the other guy's not there, it's probably a good idea to like go back. Alright, so we kill Vindicta here. I think. Okay. No, I die again. Wow. What am I now? I am 1 and 6. I told you guys, it's bad in the beginning. It's real bad. But any person who feels like, ah, man, you're throwing the game. Like, look at our soul difference, dude. I am not the reason that the game is, like, thrown. I'm not giving them that many souls, right? I'm staying even, so they don't have like a lead over our or I don't have a lead over anybody, so if I die it doesn't really matter, right?
Our yellow walker has been defeated.
But here I try to deny some souls from the walker. It's a pretty laborious task. You have to be there at the right time and make sure that you get all the souls. It's a little harder than I anticipated. I've always been pretty, like, overthinking securing our souls, but I think it's better to worry about stealing theirs, you know, because that gives you a higher farm differential. So now I'm rotating to the team fight.
Everyone has a plan.
I don't feel like pushing my lane anymore.
Going low.
Which was a bad idea, because now 7 is coming directly back to the back door area, you know? So I see this, I'm like, well, if he's going to push back, I'm going to make sure that if I'm passing over to him, I can push those, but then with Warden, And I'm like, screw Warden, I'm going back to the 7. Now this is a useful gank. Remember this, guys, if you're ever going from orange to yellow. And now this is where I play off his greed. See, he thinks I'm an idiot who doesn't know how to play the game. I'm taking all this damage. He's walking up. Now I should ult him here, but he dashes out. So I go into the burrow, I look for an advantageous thing, I hide in the minions, go up to him, get a little damage off. He's coming back. He gets ulted. He comes to me to be safe, but he's not safe near me. So really, that was all thanks to our excellent Wraith. Twitch cow. Cool.
Stay strong, buddy.
Alright, so I see this fight happening like deep, and I'm like, okay, well, oh, it's not deep, sorry. I see this fight happening on our own turf, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna push right. Yeah, like this just happened. I would go to that fight, but I don't have my ult. So I don't know how much of an impact I'm going to be able to make just jumping in and trying to deny their damage. Because I might just get blown up and not have any way to like CC my way out of a 7 ult or something. But I do see a paradox.
Revel in your nature, Geist.
I didn't see the casting thing there, but because she stays, I get a lot of that damage out. And then I get my Warp Stone out, and then I use my ult. Okay, so Warp Stone's a pretty big item. But this time, Geist came. So they learned that I can't be trusted to win fights on my own, so they came to help me out. Which is a good idea. So I warp for this because I don't have enough stamina, and I really want to get this urn before it like crosses over the middle of the map.
Well, this day got a lot more exciting.
I don't even see this buff, even though I'm like usually pretty good about grabbing the buffs. I just didn't grab it this time. 7 is actually about to go grab it. He doesn't grab it, unless that's a visual bug. But yeah, that was absolutely a pretty dumb way to play that. I don't know how much health I had in that engagement, but it wasn't much when I was delivering the urn. But we got the urn, which gave us a skill point, which I'm going to use to max out my 2. I maxed my burrow first. Reason being that the 20 cooldown and no wait, what do I max first? It's got to be something. I'll note it. It's not the 3. It might be the 1. Here I go over the top because I know that's a better fight. Chase with the 2. Didn't get it on the right guy there. I should have gone deeper. I'm afraid to tab in because I know that they got more people up the lane. But I do see Paradox and I know that I can kill her. Right? I don't know. If I'm lucky. Instead, I get the wave and a little bit of health. And I decide to push the lane because you can always like go to a fight, but sometimes it's better just to push a lane, you know?
Damnation.
Okay, well, it ended up not being good to push the lane.
I'm under attack.
Someone's using their noodle.
Enemies have breached our stronghold.
Oh, yes. Another death. What am I at this point? I'm 3 and 8. What did I take first? My 1. 15% more damage to people. Did I even hit it on them? No. So I think that the best out of all of these is probably the 2. The 1 does not give nearly as much value as the 2. We're talking 20 seconds of cooldown versus 8. And you might be thinking, oh, the 2 can't be that good. The 2 is great, especially when it's imbued. I think I have it imbued with Surge of Power. So now it has a crazy DPS. And as I get more spirit, it will go even more crazy. Alright, so this is the obligatory part where we have to lock in. And I'm pretty sure I'm the first to like die in a lot of these fights, just like over and over again. Here I get the Tin. That was really lucky, but you can see how quickly your 2 can just like annihilate people. It's so crazy. They have to be very aware of that. They can't be ignoring it. Vindicta probably didn't have her 2 there, but she didn't care because they've gotten such an early lead. And what's good about that for us is we can just farm. It doesn't mean that we're like out of the game. In fact, because they pushed every lane so much, it's so easy for us to farm that like we end up getting a moderate soul lead back. At least I have now split from my pack, and there are now 2 exceptions from theirs, which are Lash and 7. And 7's dead, so we just have to figure out a way to outfarm him. Warden is getting their urn. I'm going to the urn site with a bunch of minions. I think I have a plan here. I see the Warden on the map. I don't know that Paradox is with him, but I'm like going anyways.
These things go bad. We need an exit strategy.
I'm shooting. They're getting it. So she thinks I'm running, but instead I'm doing the old super burrow. And then my team comes in, distracts the Warden, I disarm him, and he gets punched to death. So where am I now? I'm 6 and 8. I've got another 3 kill in 1 life after dying the last. So basically you gamble on the 30% chance that the dumb play you make gets a bunch of kills. Over and over again. So here what do? I gamble. I know that like we can destroy this thing quick without minions. Why not? You gotta think about like what's the best tools in your kit. Right now my thing is that I have a giant nuke, but you have to actually come out from like a displace for yourself. So you have to like go in, you're kind of vulnerable. But I feel like the 2 is very satisfying to hit. It feels good. And so here I do the 2 on these 2 towers. I'm getting pulled in. I'm dead. I warp stoned out. So I didn't get hit by the wall. Okay. So let's skip ahead. Oh, it removes the chat. Alright, wow. Long death times. Alright, we're going to mid here, and we run into Kelvin. Looking for a little bit of damage on the Kelv. Looking at the map here, there's a 3v1 over here that this guy could probably have gone to, and if I had joined him, it would have been much more advantageous, because we kind of have to push out that lane, but instead, I'm looking at these silly fights and still looking to try and secure an advantage. But then I noticed them on our Guardian, so I'm like, let's go on them, and I try and go up the stairs, and I miss the stairs, but then I get the power-up? What a crazy turn of events. So I see them there. Oh wow, this guy's unlucky. So I don't kill Vindicta. I'm a teammate who does that for me. But I have to get out of 7 ult. And then I go on this paradox, and look at this. That is nuts! Look at that! And you know what's doing a lot of the damage for me? It's a Torment Pulse, believe it or not. 523 damage coming out for me because of Torment Pulse. So you gotta think about that. Like, sometimes if you have a character that needs to be tanky to get in, that can go to your advantage. You can turn that into, like, there's offensive options that are tanky. Anyway, so I trust that my Abram's gonna get kill. Holy, look at this ball! What a ball! And then she gets it, of course. That was sad. I wonder how much that was, actually. Let's see. 26k. She's gonna pick it up. 28k. She got a 2k unsecured orbs. Can you believe that? How crazy is that? So that's a major tide shift. Alright, so I might die here again. But we kill Warden first. And then, oh shit, we just kill Rush. Yeah. So we're just like able to clean up some of the team fights here.
Ah, you have discerning taste.
There's a pause, so we'll skip ahead a few minutes. Okay. A little bit too long. Alright. So I come from here to there. Alright. How do I do so? Maybe I burrow?
Start digging.
Alright, so this is a moment that I thought was kind of funny. I see Seven's ulting for a really long time, so I jump out and I ult him. And my my Viscus cubes me. And I can't get out because of Warp Stone. But we keep going, because we're not scared. But I die. And I probably would have had a much better fight if I could have finished my ult on Viscus, but, you know, we'll live. So, we gotta wait 30 seconds. 1, 2.
Here's your chance to
Alright, we're going back to a team fight. I die immediately in this one, too. Because my team was dying, and I didn't want them to die, so I was like trying to look for a way to get them alive. But the only way to do that is to add damage. And our team didn't really converge on that fight, considering they're all there. It makes sense that they're a little scared, a little skeptical that they can make a difference. We do have Rejuvenator buff, so we have shorter respawns, but I don't. So, I don't know. Unlucky. We gotta skip a minute in the future. Coming out of base, they're still at our blue line, like they haven't moved. I kill this Paradox. This Paradox has been upset. Let me go back a little bit so we can see it. Wow, that was quick. Alright, so I come into the fight. There's a Warden. We kill the Warden. I Warp Stone over to the Paradox, who's already low, and I ult her because I'm toxic. Game gets paused by the enemy team again. A lot of pausing going on in this game. I use my 2 to do some chasing. It's crazy how that knocks apart things, but that must be the reach. So Lash is here. I try to help out with damage thinking I'm not going to get this kill, but then I'm the only one who manages to catch him, so all good. Take some farm. Alright, so we've turned our even game into a 9k lead. I'm about to take out these two dingus things. Look at how low they are. Oh my god. The Mystic Vulnerability stacked with the damage from the Wraith. It's crazy. I wish the Wraith had no spirit damage, never mind. So, yeah, kind of standard. But here I'm just trying to get some 1 damage off, get some healing. The other thing is gone. And so my team, like, silently makes the call to just leave. Like, we're looking for these kills. I'm going for it. My entire team is about to leave with me inside. And I do go into their spawn, and for that, I do sing. But, you know, like, they weaken it, and then they all leave. Look, everyone's gone. I'm the only one still in. I'm still farming. I'm still going. Can't stop me now. Where am I at now? I'm at 11 and 12. I've died 12 times. I got 11 kills. This whole game I've been behind. Whole game. It's really unfortunate. Let's skip a little bit ahead. What's Abram's doing? He's looking at a fight, but not going for it. Alright, I'm back. What do we got for a build here? A bunch of, like, simple stuff to get me through early. Warpstone and Berserker. 2 really good items on this guy. Enduring Spirit, Improved Spirit Armor, Enduring Speed, Healing Booster. All this stuff gives some tankiness that I need to survive in my 2, but just enough in that, like, static way, where it's just reduction of damage. And I know there are ways to reduce bullet armor, but it is a really effective way to, like, raise your health, because you're not just getting the extra health from the item, you're also getting the stat boost on bullet resistance that, like, improves your armor by a percentage. So this is the big play. Everyone on their team is grouped up in this hallway. I just come in and I 2, and everyone just, like, kind of falls here. I counter his ult. Yeah.
The blood will flow down Broadway.
And from there, I think we just end. I'm going to the secret shop to get an item.
If things go bad,
What do I get last?
You smell like a
Escalating exposure. Right here. Obviously, it makes a lot of sense.
do your thing.
How often does this get applied? Oh, there's 0.7 seconds per target. So I can get like 2 stacks, plus my ult does like 30 stacks. But look at how much she took. Oh my gosh. Of course, I do not get the souls. Everyone else on my team has been getting the pickup souls. But look at that, dude. 1,600 damage in just like 6 or 7 seconds. Well, actually, the duration of the 2 coming out is 1.5 seconds. So 1.5 seconds for like 1,600 damage. That is crazy. What was the final DPS on this thing? 406. Yeah. So you'll see, I didn't really have crazy DPS. I didn't have crazy bullet damage. And my max health wasn't, like, you know, exceptional even. If you look around, I had less max health than their Kelvin. And a little bit more than their Lash. So, well, but Lash is built different. Like, look at all this resist. So he's got a lot of resist in his build. I also do. I have crazy resist in this build. Actually more than Lash. 61% spirit resist. Holy heck. That comes from escalating exposure, by the way. Apparently, escalating exposure also gives 15% spirit resist, which is probably an under noticed stat. Spirit resist on spirit damage. Wait, what is that? So wait, it also offers 15% pen? I guess so. That must be what it is. Cool. Nice. So I would normally look at the other builds, but I don't think I did better than anybody in this game. In terms of like building, except for, well, this is weird. Leech, spirit armor, fully stacked into damage. Toxic bullets, titanic, glass cannon. Yeah, I don't think toxic bullets makes sense with this. I'll tell you why. That scales off spirit, you know? 5% of your spirit per second. So what's your spirit? 30? So you're doing 6 damage a second with bleed damage. Kind of wasteful. It has the healing reduction, which is nice, but like, for whomst? Maybe Kelvin? Kelvin just seems like a weird person to be building to fight against as Wraith. Like, when you have a Moe and Krill, let the Moe and Krill handle the guy who puts you in a dome, because it'll probably have a lot more effectiveness. Meanwhile, Viscous, also a really good counter to Kelvin. They just had an unlucky time into these two. Also, Abrams. I honestly, like, Kelvin has a tough time against, like, some of these guys, but I don't know. Abrams is probably an easier matchup because you can get out of his range effectively, and you can beam him from your ice trail and stuff, and frost grenade him and heal up from, like, close range. So, Lash, I mean, I don't think Lash wants to be in a game against Viscous. I think. Yeah, because, like, you're going to get displaced. No, actually, no. Viscous has a tough time against Lash because Viscous is all ground-based damage. We can't hit him in the air. Okay, never mind. Geist, maybe? Does Geist have Mystic Reach? Improved Burst. That one Mystic Reach 1. Get the Improved Reach, dude. Didn't I have that? I had Superior Reach, didn't I? Improved Reach, yeah. And you can imbue it into an item. So I imbued this into my 2, right? Why doesn't it tell you where you imbued it? That'd be good. And then I think I imbued cooldown into my 3 so that I could, like... Why does it say 5? Oh, it lasts 5 seconds. Okay. If you look over here, Spirit cooldown, Boundless Spirit, Improved Burst, Improved Reach, Rapid Recharge. Yeah, it makes sense. He's trying to make his goo do a lot more than it would normally. Oh no, his 3, his Puddle Punch. Yeah, I don't like the 3 very much compared to the Splatter. But, what can you do? That's a skit. It's not charges on the 1, it's charges on the 3. So, yeah, I can understand Rapid Recharge. Yeah, I kind of went full in on that. Maybe consider next time, like, filling out these slots with some tier 1s. Yeah, I always fill all my slots and then sell when I need to sell instead of, like, assuming that the flex slots are just there for vanity. You can see that in these cases, let's see, Dio had the lowest souls on his team, and look, he also had none of his slots used. That makes sense, though. He's less souls in total, so makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Tier 4 items, right? You have to think of it like this. Let me go to the practice range real quick. We're gonna have our regularly scheduled practice mode where we talk about the game after the fact. So, Moan Krill.
Maurice and I got your back.
Maurice and Krill. Alright, so let's see here. The question was, what gives you more value, right? Think about this. 60 spirit power plus 16, so it's 76 spirit power. 25% weapon damage, 2 milliseconds of sprint speed, and 15% health, 15 health regen. That's crazy. Balanced Spirit is a great item, right? But you also have to consider it costs 9,800, right? And so with just improved Spirit, you get 21 Spirit Power, 3 health regen, 1 meter per second sprint speed, 100 bonus health. But you don't get 25% weapon damage, and you're missing like more than half of the spirit that this item can provide in one slot, right? But we could compare that. Like Mystic Slow gives 18 spirit power, right? Oh, that's 4250. Are all these two? Yeah, Torment Pulse. Okay, 18 spirit power, 125 health, right? It also does damage. So it has utility and it does 18 spirit power. Less than improved spirit, right? You get 33 from this. This gives 18, right? So, what else is there? Surge of Power. Surge of Power gives 12 spirit power, right? But 30 few imbued in an ability. So if you have one ability that you really want to do a lot with, right? Which in this case, because you only have one DPS ability that lasts for like a second tick, this is your highest spirit scaling ability, you probably want to put it in that.
Bought that off a Knickerbocker that was about to get his legs broke. Good luck completing the ritual.
88 damage.
I see someone.
This is 146. And that's more than once.
Now go out there and impose your will.
79. Oh wait, no, that's no. Yeah, that's it does 150 damage with it in wait, non-imbued. So the one goes up to 79 from 60, and the two again goes up to 146. That's 50 more DPS on this thing, which is around 75 extra damage. Whereas on these two, it's like a very small pittance. You know, it's not making up a big difference because it's 34 imbued power. But the extra, like, when this ability is used, gain bonus movement speed, think about that. On the 2, that's a crazy thing to have. It's just, this makes sense on Mo and Krill, and so does Torment Pulse, right? Okay, so for 6,000, less than this would be to upgrade, right? Let's say we have this, right? We already have this. All right, I have to choose between Boundless Spirit and Surge of Power and Torment Pulse, right? 36 additional spirit, right? About the same as how much extra this gives. This gives 63 additional spirit, right? But look, the total amount goes up by 43. So we're comparing 36 additional versus this costing 300 more, plus most of the stats it's improving are stats you already have, right? So Surge of Power gives 18. This gives 18. But then you're also getting 34 imbued ability spirit power, right? Which, as we've covered, does a lot, right? Balanced Spirit makes it go up by 60. Surge of Power makes it go up by 70. Ish, 65, whatever. It's the same difference. As you upgrade this becomes even more powerful. So, like, you know, obviously you want both, right? But in the order of which you buy things, right? Extra Spirit, you're probably going to have Mystic Reach on this guy. Improved Reach gives 12 Spirit Power, 18 Spirit Power. So you can get Improved Reach. Improve the reach of your 2 or your 3. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Maybe the 1. You can, like, scale up the power of your character without necessarily buying the upgrade item. Even though the upgrade item is just like a great option, sometimes 2 smaller items make up about the same amount anyway, right? And like, look, a 1250 like improved cooldown gives 8 spirit power, not crazy, right? But it gives 16% cooldown reduction, right? And it builds into something you might want later, which a lot of people tend to get like 2 extra spirit things to get like the superior cooldown and then probably improve burst with like these sets of things that may eventually become like escalating exposure, right? Like Mystic Vulnerability is a good item to have on this guy, so you know, you guys get what I mean. Like, here, leech, right? You get leech, or you can get bullet lifesteal and spirit lifesteal, and you still have like 4,500 left over, 4,800 left over. So you could get like a full set of 1250s, or you could get one 6,300, right? So I don't know. It's worth considering that like rushing for the 63 or like the tier 3 item is not necessarily always worth it, because let's be real here. If I'm comparing two options,
I won't lie. If you like that, I got some other stuff that fell off the truck.
one is I just rushed Boundless Spirit. I now have 76 Spirit. I have to like set this back down to. I have 190 DPS, right? Okay, that's cool. Now let's sell just Boundless Spirit and get Surge of Power
You have a good
and
eye.
Torment
See,
Pulse.
someone
And we look at the
appreciates
two now.
craftsmanship.
It does 220,
Your mastery of the occult
190,
will go down in legend. Good luck, Squizzer.
220. Now obviously, like, I'm getting less damage on these, right?
All right, boys, give 'em hell.
You know, like by a small amount.
Hey, Squizzer, you got expensive taste.
Like,
I
is
love it.
14 damage on your 3 gonna make a difference? Is like 10 damage on your 1 gonna make a difference? No. You know? Like, those things are not gonna change. Add a debuff, blah blah blah. Like, here, I can increase the damage.
Never back down from a fight.
But it's not even enough to get Mystic Burst working. So, I don't know.
Turn the
Like,
numbers against it.
this is something to definitely consider, is like, what do you get more utility out of? Something that gives you all these other stats, right? Because again, this is really expensive. If I wanted like 25% weapon damage, right? Can't I just like buy one of these? There's one that does like close to that. All right, here's 20,
You wanna buy a mug
for
before we
500.
done?
right? And then here's 10 plus up to 60.
Hope you win whatever fight you're
Right.
about to start.
Does this give anything else that's like related? Movement speed. Here's the same stats, basically. The only difference is the 15 health regen, which is actually nutty, right? Like, that's a big difference. You might actually buy this item in a rush for that stat alone. But other than that, like, how much have I spent here? Sprint
Two
boots.
steps ahead of death, my
I'm
friend.
still, like, underneath what this would cost, right? Obviously, it gives close DPS to these two things, but, like, 194. I have more than Boundless Spirit on this thing now. I don't know how, but that's just how it be, right? If I go over here and I'm like looking at other things, I've bought in 1,500. I still have 1,250 to spend. Oh no, sorry, I've bought about 1,750, so I still have like 1,250 to spend. So I can buy 2 tier 1s or a tier 2 with the same amount of money that I could rush improve or Boundless Spirit with. Right? So thinking about that, it's almost like you should try and fill up all your slots. And there are some that are just like necessary for almost every character. Some people would say if you're building like gun, there's like some that are kind of like guaranteed to be helpful, like sometimes basic magazine if you're mostly doing like shots, if you're like a haze or something. Makes sense. If you're not into just the like gun damage though, and you want to like max out your ultimate, you rapid fire and like all the swifter bullet stuffs. I don't know. Basically, don't rush your builds to the top of like any of these things just for the utility that they offer, because the utility of everything else will outweigh that in the short term of getting to there. Like, your power spikes will be much smoother and probably over, like, filling your slots a larger amount, right? Plus, like, I don't know, a lot of things build into other things. You can get Improved Spirit, which is nice, or you can get Surge of Power. You might want to get Surge of Power before Improved Spirit because it's a bigger percentage of a passive, you know? This gives 12 plus 21, so 33, and this one gives 34 imbued, but also health. but this one costs 500 more. So that's why you might want to keep this. Like 8 spirit power plus 34 is 42 spirit power and 1 health regen and 35 bonus health and 75. So you have like 110 extra health versus this doesn't. Oh, this gives 10 less health. And this doesn't give as much regen. So, or sprint speed. Yeah. So, you know, it's like what you value more. In this case, this gives 3 millimeters per second of move speed when you use the ability, which is really good. So, like, if I were rushing, I'd probably go for Surge of Power first. But having extra spirit
Don't mind the blood on that. It's
is going to
fairly
mean that,
useful.
like, I might want to go like this. But I also might be like, well, this item is pretty good.
That was about to get his legs broken.
But you can skip and wait. Like, if they don't have any spirit resist, don't buy this. Get Surge of Power. And then buy this later. Or, do
Go
this.
out there and impose your will.
You know? Don't be afraid to buy a tier 1, just to fill out the slots, you know?
You got expensive
I did this.
taste.
I had Mystic Burst, and then I sold it. And why did I have it? Because I had just gotten this level, where my thing was doing 98. Or I had the extra 25 damage, so it was above the 80. Am I going to upgrade this? No. Because this ability will never do more than 100-ish, 105 something.
Here's your chance to shape your
See,
destiny.
like, I just added an extra 8 spirit power. Didn't really make a difference. See, like, I don't know. Improve reach.
You have a good eye.
Improve spirit.
I
Where are
don't
we
go
at now?
selling these to
116. Boundless
Skip
spirit.
'em.
Oh, we did it! We're above the line. Okay, well, this is probably the build if you want to, like, do a lot of stuff with just your 2.
It's what we do best.
Or,
You know how hard
your,
it is to
your
keep
1.
Maurice
You
down?
want to be able to go in and hit the 1 and then hit it again and again and again. If you have a flex slot, you might get cooldown, but if you can't get a flex slot, there's probably a cooldown one here. %, cooldown reduction. Heck yeah.
Give me a hug.
That's one thing. Find more cooldown. Yeah, I've literally done this before where I've scanned through every stat just to find cooldown stats or like power stats in other categories. That's probably all the cooldown stuff, eh? Yeah. Alright, so weapon probably has some. Nope. Nope. Rapid rounds, restorative shot. I don't see it. There's gotta be a cooldown one here. You'd be surprised. I'm literally just like hovering every single item, not saying anything. This video is not going up. No way. No way I would do that. Here it is, Spiritual Overflow.
Your abilities are about
Great.
to go to the next level.
So, a lot of the crossover stats end up being tier 4s. But with those, now my 2 has a 10.5 second cooldown. That doesn't seem right. Oh, it's because I don't have superior cooldown. Okay. So, let's get flex slots. Alright, and then we go to superior cooldown, 32%.
You're not gonna regret that.
Alright, now we have a 7.11 second cooldown.
You ready, Maurice?
Yahoo! Yep. Now, I would guess that if I also got superior duration and put that on the 2, and then I hit this guy with it, it's going to do a lot more damage. That did 1056. Wow. So, an extra 300 damage for one item. That's not crazy. Like, you gotta understand, this 2 is not even like that good
Now,
of a
this isn't
thing.
his
Let's
flash
try
drive,
this.
which I sell. It comes with raw power. Can't do much better.
Okay, 1250. That's not crazy. Mystic Reaper. Oh, I
No,
usually get
I don't
Torment
go
Pulse,
selling
right?
these to just anyone.
Okay. This is kind of keeping it going,
Start
but
digging.
you know what? I'm curious. I'm curious here. Let's sell Torment Pulse.
All right, boys, give him hell.
All right, so we go in, come out.
One more time.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, now we're cooking. Actually, we're actually cooking. So here's the deal. You go under, you hit them, you hit that. You can actually just chain them together like completely seamlessly. That is nuts. Wait, is this real?
Your
Chat,
time to shine.
is this real?
Echo charge. Keep the pressure up, Maurice.
Okay, so the problem is if you want to do this effectively, right? You have to hit your 1, 2.
Do your thing. Power's back.
Oh man, I can't get the timing down. I'm doing terrible here.
Never yield. Take care of
Now you're mine. All right, so can we? What can we do in here? Can we hit this one? We can. Okay, so we can hit the one in the thing. If I hit the one again, wow, that's actually crazy. How short is this cooldown?
Echo charge.
Okay, so
Back down.
that confirms my fear. If you use Echo Shard, you have to use it like
Shine.
this, where you come out,
One more.
cast it, whoa,
Digging.
and then do it again. But what an amp! Oh my god, how many amps do I have? Does this stack infinitely? Escalating resistance. Escalating exposure. Wait, it doesn't have a max number of stacks. Okay. So,
Low.
if we hit this,
One more time.
that did 2,700 to the bot. And then if we do it again,
Power's back.
okay, that did 5,000.
We don't back
So we're just gonna refresh this until we get our stuff back up.
seal. Echo charge.
Oh my god, I just did 8,000.
Keep the pressure
Okay, so the max must be 20 stacks.
going low. Echo charge.
Okay, it's not max 20 stacks. It can keep going. That's cool.
Power's back.
And everything is timed back. Oh wow, I missed it.
Oh, we're in it now.
Everything is timed together so that when you do use an ability,
We're not dying. One more time.
like look at that. That's nuts. That's 1,300. And so you can keep stacking this as long as you keep hitting it. How long does this last? Escalating exposure lasts for 20 seconds. Oh, because I have duration extender. Okay, well.
Momo, don't back
That is
down.
crazy that it does that much.
Momo, don't back down.
Wow, escalating exposure is crazy. So with 20 stacks, that's like 6 times as much damage.
Holding on, Momo. Power's back.
Yeah. That must be the max.
Keep fighting, Maurice. Hit the dirt. One more time.
Alright, well, that's enough labbing. You guys kind of get the picture here. But one thing I will say, don't be afraid. Play the game. It's fun. Yippee. Wait, what is this yellow street? Hold on. I want to see what the street name is. Ah, stop grabbing it. I can't read, dude. York Street. I like yellow. I want to learn all the street names. Alright, well, it's been an hour. That's it for me. Bye, everybody.